everyone, today I am going to teach you on animal tissue. Before that, if you haven't subscribed the Stutor's channel yet, please subscribe the channel and don't forget to click the bell icon. Now coming to the topic, all living organisms are made of cells. In unicellular organism, a single cell performs all the basic functions. But in multicellular organisms, there are millions of cells. Each specialized function is taken up by a different group of cells. So, multicellular organisms, they show division of labor. Cells which are specializing in one function, they are often grouped together to form tissues. So, tissue can be defined as group of cells that are similar in structure and origin. Origin in the sense that they are derived from the same parent cell and they perform the same function. And on the basis of the function that they perform, they are divided into four: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and the nervous tissue. So today I will be teaching about epithelial tissue and the connective tissue. First, coming to the epithelial tissue, the covering or the protective tissues in the animal body are the epithelial tissues. Epithelium covers most organs and cavities within the body. It also acts as a barrier to keep different body systems separate. The skin, the lining of the mouth, the lining of blood vessels, lung alveoli and the kidney tubules are all made of epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue cells are tightly packed and form a continuous sheet. They have only a small amount of cementing material and almost no intercellular spaces. Obviously, anything that is entering or leaving the body must cross at least one layer of the epithelium. As a result, the permeability of the cells of various epithelia play an important role in regulating exchange of materials between the body and the external environment and also between different parts of the body. All epithelium is usually separated from the underlying tissue by an extracellular fibrous basement membrane. So this is the basement membrane which is separating the epithelium from the underlying tissue. Different epithelia show differing structures that correlate with their unique function. Epithelia can be divided on the basis of the shape of the cells into squamous, columnar and cuboidal. As the name suggests, columnar and cuboidal epithelium means columnar epithelium consists of column-like cells or tall cells and cuboidal epithelium consists of cube-like cells. Squamous epithelium consists of thin, flat cells. And these epithelium, that is squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium and cuboidal epithelium, they can be further divided on the basis of number of layers they possess. If a single layer is present, they are known as simple epithelium, and if multiple layers are present, they are known as stratified epithelium. Coming to simple squamous epithelium, they are selectively permeable surface, simple flat epithelium. Their cells are very thin. As you can see here, the cells are very thin, flat and they form a delicate lining. They are found lining the blood vessels or lung alveoli, where transportation of substances occurs through the selectively permeable surface. They are also found lining the esophagus and lining the mouth. Next is the stratified squamous epithelium. In stratified squamous epithelium, the cells are arranged in a pattern of layers. So they are known as stratified squamous epithelium. The skin epithelial cells are arranged in many layers in order to prevent the normal wear and tear. Next is the columnar epithelium. Pillar-like epithelium. It is also known as pillar-like epithelium because of the shape of the cells. The cells are all tall, like pillars they are present. And this epithelium, they facilitate movement across the barrier. Absorption and secretion occurs in this epithelium. So they are found in areas of the body where absorption and secretion occurs. That is, they are found in the inner lining of the intestine. Next is the ciliated columnar epithelium. Here we can see hair-like projections or cilia on the outer surface of the cell. So Here hair-like projections or cilia are found on the outer surface of the cells. These cilia, they can move, and their movement, it pushes the mucus which is formed in the goblet cell forward to clear it from the respiratory tract. Here sometimes we can also get confused whether it is a single layered columnar epithelium or whether it is a multi-layered columnar epithelium. So actually it is a single layered epithelium, but here it is mimicking a stratified or a multi-layered epithelium. So it is known as a pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium because it is mimicking a multi-layered epithelium. So known as pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium. Next is the cuboidal epithelium. Here we can see cube-shaped cells and they provide mechanical support. They are found lining the kidney tubules and ducts of the salivary gland. Epithelial cells can acquire specialization. They can form gland cells and secrete substances at the surface. And sometimes a portion of this tissue, a portion of the epithelial tissue, they can fold inward and a multicellular gland is formed to form the glandular epithelium. So that's all about the epithelial tissue. Now coming to the connective tissue. Connective tissue, here the cells are loosely spaced and they are embedded in an intercellular matrix. The matrix can be jelly-like, fluid, dense or even rigid. And the nature of the matrix, that is whether it is fluid, dense or rigid, it differs in concordance with the function of the connective tissue. First is the blood. It has a fluid or liquid matrix which is called the plasma. So this is the plasma, which is a straw colored or pale fluid. This plasma contains protein, salt and hormones. Red blood cells, these are the red blood cells, WBCs and the platelets. These are all suspended in the plasma. Blood transports gases, digested food, hormones and waste materials to different parts of the body. There are 5 different types of WBCs or white blood cells. They are neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil, lymphocyte and monocyte. Now coming to bone. Bone is another example of a connective tissue. It forms the framework that supports the body. It also anchors the muscles and supports the main organs of the body. It is a strong and non-flexible tissue. Here the bone cells, they are also known as osteocytes. They are embedded in a hard matrix. This matrix is composed of calcium and phosphorus compounds. Calcium and phosphorus compounds. And next is the ligaments. Ligament is a connective tissue which helps to connect two bones to each other. So this is the ligament which is connecting the two bones. And the tissue is very elastic, has considerable strength and very little matrix. Next is the tendon which connect muscle to bone. So this is the tendon which is connecting the muscle to bone. It is a fibrous tissue having great strength, but it is having limited flexibility. Next, coming to cartilage. Cartilage has widely spaced cell. Here we can see widely spaced cells, and the solid matrix, it is composed of proteins and sugar. And these cartilage cells are known as chondrocyte. Cartilage smoothens the bone surfaces at the joint. They are present in the nose, ear, trachea and larynx. Next is the areolar tissue. It is found between the skin and the muscles, around blood vessels and nerves and in the bone marrow. It fills the space inside the organs, supports internal organ and helps in the repair of tissues. So here we can see in the areolar tissue macrophages, fibroblasts, collagen fibers and the mast cell. Next is the adipose tissue. It is the fat storing tissue which is found below the skin and between the internal organs. And cells of the tissue, it is filled with the fat globules. These are the fat globules within the cells in the adipose tissue. Cells in the adipose tissue are known as adipocyte. So these are the adipocytes with the fat globules. and because of the presence of these fat globules, the nucleus is pushed towards the periphery. And storage of the fat also let it act as an insulator. So that's all about the connective tissue. So connective tissue consists of loose connective tissue, that is the areolar tissue, adipose tissue, blood, fibrous connective tissue, cartilage and the bone. Fibrous connective tissue consists of the ligaments and tendons. That's all. Thank you.